same. Don't go too far. To Mombasa now, and a story that captured the attention of the country last week. Residents of Bamburi Estate in Mombasa County were treated to drama when two people suspected to have stolen a car walked around the streets naked with a snake dangling from the neck of one of them while the other held a tablet. It was alleged that the owner of the stolen car sought the intervention of a witch doctor, leading to the incident. However, it emerged later that the whole incident had been stage managed, and now Francis Ontomwa is in Mombasa, and we understand that the suspects are being taken to court over that particular incident. Francis Ontomwa now joining us live from Mombasa. Francis, what really happened in court earlier?
Suspects connected to the acts of witchcraft that happened at Bamburi in Mombasa here will wait much longer in custody as they wait to know their fate come next week on the 19th on whether they'll be given bonds or not. And today they appeared before Magistrate Diana Mochache at the Shanzu Law Courts, where their charges were read out. 7 counts of charges were slapped on them, and some of them actually admitted to having duped Kenyans on that bit. And though that matter is expected to be handled more comprehensively next week when the magistrate will be hearing that matter. But partly this matter was decided. You remember there was a snake that was involved in this syndicate, and this particular snake, today the court ordered that it be taken to the Shimba Hills Game Reserve so that it is taken back to its natural habitat. The court was told that actually it was going through a tough time, and therefore it needed to be taken back to its natural habitat. That is what transpired today, and the suspects continued to actually appear before court, and waiting actually to know the verdict of this particular issue will be taking next week. But largely it's a matter that has spun around and thrown into the public limelight. A lot of discussions emerging from this particular issue. You will recall the drama as it unfolded actually when a CCTV footage was brought out to show how this whole issue was masterminded and acted by these players. There were a lot of reactions that came out from Kenyans, and some of the reactions actually that I was following, particularly online, some were actually saying that this topic of conmanship, then it ought to be actually, the scope ought to be broadened because there are so many black magicians out there, and even preachers who purport to do miracles outside there who con Kenyans actually of their hard-earned cash, but they are never prosecuted. And therefore, this particular issue ought to be given a major and a bigger scope. That is according to to the online discussions that have been emerging regarding this particular matter. But of course, it's one that caught many by surprise, and many fell into it. And this particular issue now having had, of course, there are a lot of facets and there are a lot of perspectives regarding witchcraft here in Kenya, but this time around it has found itself firmly in the corridors of justice, and therefore eyes will be fixed on how the legal journey that actually will follow in this particular case.
So when do we expect the next hearing for this particular case, Francis?
Akisa, 19th of this month, that is sometime next week, it's the time that we will be going back to court to know whether they will be given bonds, because their prayers to be released on bond were denied. They were kept in custody. And there were concerns that there could be flight risks because some of these culprits that are part of this syndicate are not Kenyans, they are Ugandans. And there are fears that should they be given bond, they could actually fly or move out of the country, and this could even jeopardize the case. And therefore, that is why perhaps Diana Mochache, in her own wisdom, decided that they remain in custody until next week.
Well,